Okay, call this meeting to order. Mary, read the roll, please.
Brumbaugh,
Present.
Thompson,
Here.
Howard,
Here.
Ferris,
Here.
Garcia.
Here. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, move on to item C. I'll entertain a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
Mayor?
Yes.
We're going to have to delete the item on the presentation on the SCCD update,
Oh, okay. She won't be here?
and she won't be here.
Okay, so whoever makes the motion, just make that we eliminate item number 3 on the agenda.
So move.
Have a motion by Commissioner Ferris. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Howard. Any questions, concerns? Mary, read the roll.
Ferris,
Yes.
Howard,
Yes.
Thompson,
Yes.
Brumbaugh,
Yes.
Garcia.
Yes, thank you. Move on to item number 2, public comment. Anybody citing this? Okay, thanks. All right, we bypass item 3, move on to item 4, consent agenda. Item A, December 6, 21 commission meeting minutes. Item B, appropriation ordinances 2021-24, 2021-24A, and 2021-P24. Entertain a motion to accept consent agenda as presented.
I'll move.
Have a motion by Commissioner Thompson. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Ferris. Questions, concerns? Mary, read the roll.
Thompson,
Yes.
Howard,
Yes.
Ferris,
Yes.
Brumbaugh,
Yes.
Garcia.
Yes. Okay, move on to item 5, formal actions. Item A, museum renovation. Kent?
Well, I turned this over to Sammy Wendell as far as the museum director.
Sammy, you want to take the microphone?
Hi. So last year, we were one of the museums selected to go with the Dane G. Hansen grant, and we were lucky enough to get the services of Jennifer Tracy. She's a professional textile preservationist that lives in Dighton, and she's been working with us over the past year on our textiles, but she also does exhibit redesign. And one of the areas that I think we could really benefit from is our back gallery. It's where all of our permanent exhibits are. Right now, we've got a lot of great stuff out, but it's not very historically cohesive. It's all kind of over the place. And so we thought if we could redesign the back gallery, we could present it in a more historically chronological way. There are also a couple of visual issues with the building. The metal pieces on the top are starting to separate, so you're starting to see the silver through the black. And we also have some pretty large cracks on the floor right now that could eventually become a slip, trips, and hazard fall. So we're trying to mitigate some of those now while we have everything out to redo it.
So the bid to Mr. Almanza includes doing that work that you're talking about?
He would just do the drywalling.
Okay.
Kenton agreed to come in and fill the larger cracks, not all the cracks, just the big ones that are the problem area. And then we've got college students who are going to volunteer to come in and paint the floor.
Mhm.
So it's not really a big floor project, it's just filling in a couple of cracks and then painting it so it's all one color.
Okay.
Right now it's 2 colors and it looks kind of weird. So,
Good, good. Any questions for Sammy?
No, I think it sounds great.
thanks.
Sounds good, absolutely. I'll entertain a motion to, under formal actions, item A, to accept the museum renovations. Basically $58 fee for Mr. Almanza's interior services.
That would be 5,800.
5,800. Yeah, it's 58, I said 5,800.
Should be low.
I'll second.
A motion by Commissioner Thompson, second by Commissioner Howard. Questions or concerns? Mary, read the roll.
Brumbaugh,
Yes.
Ferris,
Yes.
Howard,
Yes.
Thompson,
Yes.
Garcia.
Yes. Okay, item B, ADA pool list. Kent?
Mayor Garcia and Commissioners, the staff has been informed. Second, accessible means of entering the water. ADA standards require large pools that must have 2 accessible means of entry. We have a 0 entry beach area that works as one, but we need a second. Contacted our pool manager, and she contacted the manager of the pool facilities in another community in Kansas. Gave us recommendations on 2 different models that work very well for a number of pools. Those were the SR Smith model and then also the Aqua Creek. And they currently use an Aqua Creek now model. We ended up talking with both the manufacturers and then talked with the vendor, Associated Pool Supplies, where we get an awful lot of items for our pool. And they're the vendor for both those companies. We did check some other companies, but they weren't as well recommended as these two. And we got two different quotes, and the Aqua Creek Ranger was almost half the price of the SR Smith. So staff is recommending the Aqua Creek Ranger 2 ADA lift for $46.01
Any questions, concerns?
No, I mean, looking at both of them, I mean, I don't see, the more expensive one is maybe a little more heavy duty, has a slightly higher, weight capacity, but not enough to justify the difference in price. I wouldn't think of what we would be getting to pay the extra amount for that. What, just out of curiosity, where would the funds for this come from?
Improvement Reserve Fund.
Okay,
So the weight limit on the Aqua Creek was about 300?
350.
350?
yeah.
All right.
And this was the battery operated one?
Yes, it is, and that's how the Derby pool's operating, in that they can take it out when the pool is not in operations, put it in a recharger, and it's worked very well for them.
What's the life expectancy of the batteries? Any idea?
I don't have it in front of me, although they've had it for several years, and they have not had to replace the batteries as yet. And actually, this is a different model because the model that the other pool used, that Derby used, was no longer in production. They had switched to a newer model, so this is the Ranger 2. But it's the similar class as the one that was used by the other community and a number of other communities across Kansas.
Okay.
And another reason why you want a battery, they do have water operated or other connections, but that presents trip hazards on the pool deck. So the battery allows it to be within the lift itself, and then it's removed. It's also secure within the pool house. So.
Well, I'm okay with it. I believe that's an addition to the pool out there for people who are handicapped. And we certainly want to accommodate, people with ADA disabilities. So I'm okay with it. So we can, no further questions or concerns. I would entertain a motion to accept the bid for the ADA pool lift in the amount of $46.0111.
So moved.
A motion by Commissioner Bromba. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Ferris. Questions, concerns? Mary Rick-Roll.
Ferris,
Yes.
Howard,
Yes.
Thompson,
Yes.
Brumble,
Yes.
Garcia.
Yes, thank you. Move on to item 7, report, city manager. Ken?
It's the season where the office gets closed a few times over the next couple of weeks. We're closed Friday and we're closed Monday, and then also the following Friday. We will have, because of scheduling, we ended up having we're having an after Christmas party this year for employees and commissioners. Commissioners will be invited as well. It's set for January 15th at the VFW. I'll also be talking with the new commissioners coming on board and a couple commissioners that are remaining. Talk about times that you're available to set up an additional planning session in January, and at least have some information to start from at our next meeting on January 3rd. And I do wish the commissioners that are completing their terms be here at the next meeting. I'd be glad to send you off in the right way at the next meeting. So even though you're just here to approve the minutes, but I do appreciate that. There has been a couple things that happened over the past week. Like to note that the electric department did a pretty darn good job with the windstorm on Wednesday, as far as getting everybody in order. As far as they addressed between 10 and 15 different incidents of trying to get something taken care of, whether that was lines or poles. We did have one pole that ended up in a not straight upright position, and they took care of it, both for the night and then replaced it the following day. So that worked out fairly well. Also, police chief informed me that the shop with the cop worked well on Saturday. I told him that I'd throw it to him and he could say a few things about it, and then he said he wouldn't want to talk. So,
Go ahead, Brian.
We had, I invited 9 kids and 7 showed up, responded and showed up. Officers had a great time, kids had a great time. So hopefully, no different than every year thing. It was, gave the kids an opportunity to have a good Christmas. And I was amazed at the kids that shop for their family, not for themselves. And these are 8, 9-year-old kids, and they were like, okay, I gotta get my mom something, my dad, my sister. So, they had a great time, but I really wanted to show that positive interaction that, they may not see, or, parents may not show them. They see bad things, we let things somebody, or whatever. All the parents were great, the kids were great, we had a good time. Walmart got us out, we did good. Like I said, hopefully we can make this an every year thing. This is a complete kids every year. We had a great.
Sounds like it was good event. All right, anything else, Ken?
nothing.
That's it. Move on to Commissioner's report. JD,
I don't have anything.
Aaron,
I don't have anything.
Don't have anything, just wish everybody a Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. And, oh, do we get paid for the next meeting?
Hey, anything else, Gary? Okay. All right, well, I'd like to say thank you, first of all, for the way the different departments handled that dirt storm. We were out there. You did a great job facing winds of, what was it, up to 81 mile an hour? Yeah. And so we thank you for stepping up. Had some good reports there. I also like to wish you a happy Merry Christmas, and a peaceful time with your families. And I think I'll just leave some further closing remarks until the next meeting. But I'd like to thank everybody for everything that you've done. So, with that being said, that concludes our meeting, unless there is further comments that the commissioners would like to make. If not, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
Have a motion by Commissioner Ferris. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Commissioner Thomas. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Oh, quick and short.
Yep.